So after my live raid where we had multiple directives actually on the live raid, a lot of people have been asking me how we can get multiple directives on this stuff. And we've known about this stuff for about 2 months. As you can see right here, these videos right here from this gentleman, he's got 7 directives while doing actual legendary missions. So the big question is not just how do we get these, but because the developer is going to be taking away XP at TU 18 or season 5, it's more of a question of developers, can you please give us this ability, period, for multiple directives so we can get more XP that way by adding in more directives. So like I showed y'all, this gentleman has been doing this for over 2 months. You can look at the bottom of the photo right there. It says 2 months. We've known about this stuff for a while. But again, the major issue, like I said at the very beginning of this, is the developers are going to be taking away XP from us in TU 18 or season 5. And that's really going to suck. And that right there is exactly how it feels when they take away things like that. So why not try to give us something in return? Rather than just always taking things away, why not add in the ability to have multiple pieces like the summit? The summit allows for 11 directives. Why not allow us to have 11 directives while playing PvE?
No, 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 hell no, 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 I refuse, no.
And my biggest concern, though, is even with doing that, is would it create more bugs? Would it create more glitches and things of that nature? Is this even going to be fun? Would you have a good time doing so? That's still going to be on the player basis, but still, we need something to give us back XP. So, currently, right now, these are the 5 that we have. Just in case they decide to change things up, these are the 5 that we have currently. And if you were to add all these on, you could actually go into a raid, start a raid, and it would actually potentially pull you in with that. The bad part is you can't keep those if you were to go to anywhere else. Now, if we were to go to like Summit or something of that nature, that's where you can get them more XP potentially. So that's the only way Summit right now is in a way viable compared to everything else, because you can actually increase it to where you can have legendary with basically 11 directives to give you the most XP currently. It just takes a lot longer to farm, clear the areas, and all that, versus just doing things like convoy. Now, again, they're going to be nerfing convoys in TU15, which is going to suck. So, as you can see right here, we have some directives on. Now, the way to get this 7 directives is actually by matchmaking. Now, you want to only have these specific 7 on. As you can see right here, those 7 on. Now, if you have this, it's basically you look for agents or you matchmake with other players, and it's by a luck of chance that you get someone who's in a legendary mission, and you can pull those directives over at times. But the bad part is it doesn't work that well with console because of the slow load speeds and everything else. Mainly works better for PC players. So if you want to get that 7 directives over from Summit like these right here over to, say, the White House area, it's going to be by matchmaking. And sometimes it's very random at times, because sometimes it fails because of the load times. Now, as for the convoys, this is where we're going to get a huge nerf. So things like these Warhound convoys, which give pretty decent XP, though they take a little while to farm. Some of these other convoys that you would see across the map with the little arrows that are coming across, especially the resource convoys, when you have these directives on, it would give you so much XP that you can basically get 1 level in a minute and not have a problem in getting that kind of stuff. And they reverted that back. Now, the bad part is you could take that to raids and not even realize it until you were in the raid that, oh my god, I have these directives on. That would actually be a lot of fun for some players, some people who like to just do raids, and they probably want to have that. As another thing, like these regular resource convoys. Now, if this was red, this would be one we'd want to go farm, but these resource convoys are going to get a huge nerf to where now you're not going to have anything whatsoever. So being able to give players more directives to get more XP would be beneficial for the player basis. But again, this is where it comes down to where we wish in one hand, shit in the other, and the developers just choose what they want to do versus what the player basis wants to do. And this is where this game is going to probably come down to a downfall, because players who really want a lot of XP, the only way to get a lot of XP is probably going to be, and depends on if they work with Descent or Summit, because Summit is going to basically be the place where you want XP now. You can go put those 11 directives on, and that's where you're going to get it. So farming for XP is going to be back to Summit. People who want gear is going to be for Countdown, and people who just want to play with other players and stuff like that is going to be for missions, basically just doing things together. Raids are pretty much going to be coming to an end, as you saw with the stats. I mean, you're barely going to get anything from raids, and then PvP is your end game. So that's what they're narrowing it down to, ladies and gentlemen. So be aware, this is what's coming.